series of the New Morning Project. I am super excited to be doing my first video. Actually, I woke up early this morning. It kind of felt like Christmas. I have been putting this off for quite some time, and today seemed like the perfect day to get it going. So I want to talk about why I came up with the New Morning Project. Why did I have the vision to want to do this? It really starts way back in 2005. January the 3rd, I had a tragedy that took place in my life. I would say it's the darkest day of my life. It was a early evening. I was cooking dinner for my family, and I had invited my mother the day before to come over. She was super excited because I had a friend fly in from Georgia, and she was going to also meet my mother as well, because I had just moved from Georgia, and so had everything planned. My day has started out pretty well. I got up, me and my friend went, we did a little shopping. I had two my girls were small at the time, and the day just went, as usual. And it was closer during the evening, I started preparing dinner, and I hadn't heard from my mom, but didn't think too much about it. I figured she would call me close to the time she was going to leave to come over. And it was about 6:30, if I were to guess the time. She crossed my mind, and I was like, well, she's probably just going to call me on her way. And I think, yeah, it was about 6:30 to 7 o'clock. The phone started to ring, and it was a similar phone to this, so I figured I would bring it on. I picked up the phone, and it was a gentleman on the other line, and he was like, are you Tanya Scott? And I said, yes, this is her. And he said, are you home alone? Unusual question, but I knew instantly I started not feeling good about this phone call. And he said, I wanted to let you know that your mother has been in an accident. And I heard some crying in the background, and it sounded like my stepdad. And I just had this awful feeling like, what is he going to tell me? And it seemed like my world was slowing down. And he said, well, your mother was in an accident. And I said, is she okay? And I remember my body started shaking really, really bad. And I already knew it wasn't going to be good. But he said, she didn't make it. And I was like, and I just remember my whole world stopped. I'm sure if you've experienced a tragedy like that, there's no words for it. The moment your whole world just stops, and I started screaming, and it seemed like the screams kept going, and I couldn't stop myself. I remember running out in the yard, and I just wanted to get away from everything and anything. And that's when my journey started to begin. And I came in, and when you go through that, everything seems to speed up. You end up being here and there, and you're not sure how you got there, and you're just you just can't believe it. It's happening. It's unreal. I went upstairs, and I'm kind of skipping over later on in the day. We went to my mother's house to meet with family immediately. But coming back, and I'm skipping a few things because I'm going to make this story a little short on my first one. I went upstairs, and I was crying. I wanted to kind of stay away from my girls because I didn't want them to see me in such pain. So I fell asleep on the bed, and I was crying myself to sleep. And I'm not sure if I ever really went to sleep, but I just remember there was like a bright light that approached me. And I'm like, and I looked, and I saw my mother, and she was standing there, and she had her arms faced out, and it was a welcoming. And I knew it was her. She was dressed in her normal day-to-day clothes. And so I immediately tried to grab her. It was the best feeling in the world because I just knew this wasn't really happening. She's really here. And I tried to get her, and she didn't speak. She just said, Tanya, I'm okay. And I then all my pain came back. And I remember trying to reach for her, and I tried to grab her. And most people would say, you know, it's probably a dream you had. But it was really real. And what was really real about it was the light around her. It was so beautiful. I wanted to go there. Where I was felt dark. But where she was beautiful. And I tried to get her, and I wanted her so bad. I wanted it to all be over. I wanted it to not be true. And I tried to reach for her, and she quickly started turning, and she went away. And back to reality, I popped up on the bed, and I was like, and I just said, I just saw my mom. And at that moment, I wanted to tell the whole world, you know, hey, I just saw mom, she's okay. But the grief quickly came back, the pain came back, and I wanted to continue to scream and cry, and the days and the nights came quick, and then there was preparation for the funeral, and it was very, very hard and difficult, as you can imagine. And as time goes on, I had so many experiences. Every single day got just a little tiny bit better, if that's possible, only because I felt like I was comforted by what I know now, angels, her presence, her spirit. I've got tons of experiences with her and angels who comforted me along my journey. It seems like so far ago that this happened, and I'm still surrounded by angels who comfort me still to this day, and has given me many blessings, which I will share later in my future videos. But really wanted to let you guys know why I wanted to do the New Morning Project is, over the years of having these experiences, I said, well, you know, what do I do with this? I want to tell people. I don't, you know, I'm not worried if someone thinks, oh, you know, she's making it up, she's not telling the truth, or did this really happen to her? Oh, it happened. Today, I have so much more faith. I am a stronger woman than I ever thought I could ever be. I've learned a lot about life, and life can be over in a second. And we have to live every day to the fullest. And the vision of the project is to help others by sharing my own experiences, to let you know that when you're in that dark part in your life, if you have that darkest day, like I did, or any type of anything that you're going through in your life that's difficult, just know that you are not alone, and I promise you, you're not. Mine was a tragedy losing my mother. I was 29 and she was only 48, and she passed right after Christmas, which is the hardest. But I want to tell you that don't ever give up. Don't ever, ever, ever give up. When you feel like you can't go on, you have to. And anytime you need your angels, they're always there. Your loved ones that have passed, they're always there too. You just have to believe in your heart. And I'm here to tell you that I'm so excited to be sharing my future experiences that are going to be very, very heartwarming. And also, I want anyone who has an experience to reach out to me. I want you to share yours. It could be a small experience, doesn't matter. My whole point to doing the project is I want to help. It doesn't matter if it's one person, because many years ago I was that one person who needed that comfort, who needed someone who had been through maybe what I had been through. I think that was the hardest part, is I felt like during the grieving, I was like the only one that was in pain. I felt so alone. But I just want to let you know that you are not alone, and please share your experience. Let other people know. It could be a story of faith, your past loved ones that give you signs. It could be just a testimony to help other people. The point of the New Morning is I want you to wake up tomorrow, and I want you to feel different about your life. A new morning for me is I'm now stronger, and I'm a much more better person than I was before her tragedy. And I have more faith than I've ever had. So I took something that was a tragedy in my life and I turned it into something positive. And I believe, and truly in my heart, that this is my purpose, is to help other people. Please, please never give up and keep your faith. And I look forward to the next video. to start sharing those experiences that are going to blow your mind that I have, because my mother worked really hard to help me during my grieving. I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining the New Morning Project. Thank you so much.